I digress. What off topic were we off topic on to begin with?
Golf. I want to get into this.
Got me
I love it.
Tebow got me going to this Colgate plant. What he doesn't know is that used to be a state prison. That's what it started as. If you see a sky view of it, you can see the brick walls around it. It's no joke. They had an old Sparky in there. PGA, baby. Forrest said, my feelings are PGA player that leaves for the LIV tour should get a lifetime ban from the PGA. Wow.
Well, they did. I mean,
don't care.
No. Not a lifetime ban. And I'm going to tell you right now, okay, if people want to stand on moral ground, I'm not – anything I say support, first of all, is not supportive of the Saudis or anything else. But I'm always the guy, I'm going to take that other side because I'm like, wait a minute, what about this? So if you're going to stand on the moral side of this, there's this league, what is it called? Oh, yeah, the National Football League. What is it full of players doing? What's that one guy's name? Deshaun. Oh, yeah, Deshaun Watson. How many?
He's still being investigated, so he might get a lengthy suspension.
I get it. I'm just saying, this moral high ground stuff, it doesn't work for me because that works for people when they want it to work. That's an easy big old box platform we can all jump on. Oh yeah, boo! It is wrong, but don't sit there and throw stones in glass houses. And that's exactly what I think people are doing when they do that. I mean, the NFL, please don't make me go research and just create a list that would turn your stomach of things that players in the league have done. So give me a break with that. Again, I'm not supporting anything the Saudis have done. Of course, all that stuff's despicable. But I can't see, nope, sorry, you can't use that as an excuse and then go back to a league where a guy gets away with nearly decapitating his ex-wife and a guy who was dropping off some sunglasses. I mean, so I just give me a break. People think that they can cloak it in different clothes and pretend it's something else. It's not. It's not, baby. Sorry. I know that I sound like a whatever, but it's not my intention. But there's my take, baby.
I will say, okay, here is not a counterpoint, but an addendum, because I think you can make your point.
Counterpoint.
There you go. I think you can make the point that you make, Jim, and I understand it. I get that point. I also think that even beyond that, the new LIV or whatever you want to call it is bad for golf, right? It's bad for the sport.
Why?
Because it's diluting the competition. Now you have these guys siloed into two different competitions. You have some of the best players in the world going to play in another tour. You're not going to have the best players in the world playing against one another as much as they used to. And it's diluting the product. And beyond any concerns about what the Saudis are doing in the funding of the new league or the new tour, it's diluting the product of both of them, right? Dustin Johnson not being on the PGA Tour stinks for the PGA Tour, but it stinks for golf too, right?
Yeah, but guess what? Here's what's going to happen. I don't think it's going to take long, but the guys who are going to end up looking like the smartest guys in the world are going to be Greg Norman, Dustin Johnson, every name that's on that list.
Sergio.
Every name that's on that list, they're going to end up looking like they're smarter than a Cracker Jack, because guess what? Their bankrolls just got fat.
Well, sure.
Fat.
But that's an individual decision though, right? It's still hurting the game.
Wait 2 years from now and see, it won't end up hurting the game. It will again find its way back. But in the meantime, they're going to end up walking away with probably $1 billion.
Yeah, I mean, but that's the thing is, I mean, they better hope that tour is successful, because the money is not gonna be flowing forever if the tour doesn't make money itself.
It doesn't have to flow forever. They've already given forever money up front. That's the thing.
They've given them a lot of money up front, but they were also making a lot of money on tour. And if
you give me $200 million, that is forever money.
Well, sure, but Dustin Johnson already made that kind of money on the PGA Tour, right? This is a bet.
Not at once.
Not at once, no. But that's my point, is that if he better hope that this works, because if it doesn't, it's going to be the only payday he gets for the rest of his life, because they're not going to let him back on tour. If this thing falls apart in 2 years, they're not going to let him back on the PGA Tour. He's just done playing golf.
No, I don't believe that. But let's continue this discussion because I like it, and I want to know why did they have to start their own league? I don't get that.
Here's my take on it. I watched a little bit of the first event yesterday. They're in London today, or this weekend, and it's very clear that they're trying to do it differently with the camera angles, with how they show the score, everything like that. But there is a lot of outrage of, there's a moral high ground that you have to follow. But there was a report that they offered Tiger $1 billion.
No.
To join LIV.
The report was in the high 9 figures.
So like 750 million.
That's the discussion I had with Rick Buzz. Yeah, I guess now Tiger is a guy. He's one of the rare. He's a Michael Jordan.
Yeah, he has too much money. He can't really get any more money.
Yeah, well, that's not true. He could have taken that amount of money and now gone out and bought a professional franchise if he wanted to. He didn't want to. He don't care. He's got enough going. Hell, he's just trying to get back to the game.
Yeah, it's true.
But they were willing to pay a guy limping around the course $750 million, and billions of dollars. See what
doesn't that support my point though? Is that they know they don't have enough star power right now, and they're trying to buy as much as they can.
Well, of course they are.
Right, but a lot of these guys aren't going for it. Like Dustin Johnson's a weird case. But
they're not going for it though because they've been threatened by the PGA. Let me tell you. But if
I'd threaten if I was the PGA too.
But wait, if it was about the moral high ground, let me ask you this. If the PGA threat of sanctions were not there, how many guys would be over going, where's my check, baby?
Well, I don't like that doesn't get like, yeah, I think more players would be selling out if the PGA weren't telling them that they'd be sanctioned. But like,
so this is not about the moral high ground. That's the thing.
But like, it doesn't mean it shouldn't be about the moral high ground. Like, I understand your point about like, well, the PGA isn't any angel either.
But we can't talk about what it should be. That's the thing. We have to talk about what it is.
Sure. And I mean, the PGA, like they are well within their rights to sanction these guys. And quite frankly, I would be doing the exact same thing if I were them, because that's, you want to keep these guys from jumping over. It's the same thing that like, it's basically what happened with the ABA and the NBA back in like 1967 or whatever it was. And the ABA came online, which I'm sure Jim remembers because he was already 40 at that time. But
yes.
But the kind of look Jim is giving me right now, boy.
Thank God I can remove.
Oh, I have it too. I'm a producer today.
That's nothing. Who did I? Oh, I had Bob Kravitz on the other day, and we were talking about when the St. Louis Cardinals started in something about the 1800s. I said, "Were you an intern in, Bob?" So yeah, trust me, wasn't as good as that one, but wasn't as good as Dustin. But yeah,
wait. Yeah. So yeah, I do, but I do think that my point is that this tour, the new tour, needs star power. It got Dustin Johnson. It got Phil Mickelson. Now Phil Mickelson is his own case because it seems pretty clear that Phil needs money, which is kind of shocking for a guy who's made as much money as he has over his career.
But gambler, baby. He's a gambler.
Yes, he is. And it seems like he kind of needs the cash. And so I don't know how much you're going to be able to get some of these other guys to jump over. And if your tour is built around Dustin Johnson and 53-year-old Phil Nickoson, or however old he is now, I don't know if your tour is going to last that long, quite frankly. Who's going to watch that? I know Keegan watched a little bit of the first event because it's not something new, but it's going to end up like the USFL. If the USFL had Lamar Jackson and no one else, right?
Well, that's my point. I couldn't care less about their tour. Why the crap are they starting a tour? What I would do is invent maybe a couple of big time events, 4 big time events. That way, because they're fighting an uphill battle that, and this just goes right back to what we were talking about a minute ago with can someone buy a national championship? If Jeff Bezos wanted to buy a national championship, that's the article that was in the Athletic yesterday. His dad went to New Mexico State, I think. He said they use that as the example, which is Indiana is a similar example to that. And it would cost, they estimated it would end up costing whatever the figure was, $644 million. I mean, are they now the Saudis? That's lunch to them. Sure. But I don't. What are they trying to grow? I don't get. I mean, are they trying to gain an American TV audience? What is their point?
Yeah, I mean, they're all over the world. It's not like they're just playing in Saudi Arabia, and they're going to get that. They're going to get that audience.
They're not going to get that audience, though. That it replaces the millions and millions and millions of dollars that they're spending on just these players.
That is my point. That was the point that I was making earlier. Is these guys, they're pouring all this money into this. Are they going to be able to make a profit off of that? Because I don't think they are. They had 53,000 people watching the first event. 53,000. Yeah. That's nothing compared to what the PGA Tour does. I know it's the first event, so you're going to take time to build. But who's going to watch 50 guys and one real star? I just don't see it. And so then the question is, if in 2 years this hasn't gotten off the ground, where does the money dry up at that point? And if the money dries up, which I think it eventually will, what do you do with the guys who jump ship? And that's what I think you have to worry about. If not Justin Johnson, because he did get all that money and he'll be fine no matter what. He can play just the majors the rest of his life, and that's fine. But the guys who jump ship for less money, what are they going to do? Because I don't know the answer to that.
I mean, in terms of the actual events, every event, the winner gets $4 million.
Right.
So the biggest,
that's
3 times the amount, right? Of what average.
The most you get, the tour championship at the end of the season, the winner gets 17.5 because that's like,
so it's not, that's not the tour championship though. It's 2.5 for the tour championship and 15 million for the FedEx Cup.
Yes,
which is the whole
FedEx championship.
Right, which is the whole season long thing. So that's not one championship. Right?
And then the next one is the players, which is 3.6.
Right.
So every event is 4 million, and last place gets 120,000. And another thing is, when I was watching yesterday, they got the best golfer in the Big Ten from Michigan State, I'm pretty sure, playing in the LIV. So that's another thing they could do, is they could just poach those young guys from college and say, hey, you can go Corn Ferry, Q School, whatever you want to do, try to get your card. You can come here and you can make a minimum of 120K per event, and we'll give you a little bit of upfront money, just like they are Dustin Johnson, Bryson DeChambeau, and Phil. So I think they're in this for the long haul. And another thing is, they're offering the players so much money. How much do you think they would offer Scott Van Pelt or Jim Nance to come and call the game or come and call a match?
Hello, friends.
I think that would pull a huge audience if they can bankroll somebody like that.
Yeah. Hello, friends. Assalamu alaikum. Hello, friends. Assalamu alaikum, with the birds chirping in the background. Right?
I mean,
what does LIV stand for?
I don't know.
Because it's a
54.
stupid.
It's 54 because there's 54 holes in a match that they play.
Okay, that's stupid.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
It's a stupid acronym. It's a stupid name. I see that because that's what I'm thinking. Well, this is reminding me of the Super Bowl. What does this
What
stupid
do you want to
acronym
do?
stand for?
Saudi Arabian Golf League? I don't think people would like that.
As Gary's saying, they sure can't call it SAG, Saudi Arabian Golf.
SAG.
Basically, my main thing is I don't know how this is that much different than the USFL or the XFL, other than they have way more money to throw around, but they're still going up against an entrenched competitor.
But I don't think the league bar guys from playing.
Oh yeah,
they can't.
Hold on, or just the teams bar them from doing it just to fulfill their contract with them. But that's different than the league doing it.
Sure. I mean, the PGA Tour can't stop these guys really, although I'm sure that some of their sponsors would be unhappy if some of the player sponsors would be unhappy if they left the PGA Tour to go play in an LIV or whatever it is. But they can't stop them. The question is, can they induce them to stay on? And I think that's going to be the fight over the next couple months here.
Look, Pete says that Jeff Bezos from Amazon just put in a bid of $7.7 million to buy an Indian. What?
You said million. It's billion.
A billion, my bad. Are you kidding me? What? 7.7 billion? A cricket? Oh, a league.
It's the whole league. It's the whole league, yeah.
But I guess there's a billion people watching in India.
Yeah,
No, I mean it's the most popular sport in India.
And you know what? Every one of his customers watching. Jeff Bezos is going to become a Russian oligarch here very soon. If he's not already.
Hot takes on India sports beat.
I mean, hey, you never know what you're going to learn, man.
Yeah, but Dylan,
what?
Who do
longest course in the world?
Who do you think would be the best name for them to go after next that would pull the biggest audience? Because Tiger's already said he's not going.
Well, I mean, it's the guy they're going after already.
First of all, look at the guys they have. Patrick Reed, Bryson DeChambeau. What's the first thing that comes up to mind about those two? Nobody likes them.
Yes,
drama.
Exactly. That was the first thing that I thought of too. Like, of course, those I saw that. I was like, that's the most natural thing in the world for those guys to leave. Because you're right. They've gone around on tour, and especially DeChambeau, very clearly, not a lot of people like him. Brooks Koepka hates that man.
And that's which I think they're going to go after Brooks to try to get that dichotomy between those two.
It's funny. Did you see what Brooks Koepka did? Did you see what Brooks Koepka did yesterday?
Yeah.
Yeah. For anyone who hasn't seen this, Brooks Koepka, he posted a bunch of the eye emojis, and then it was some kind of soccer thing. Like it was very clear that he was trying to pretend that he was joining the LIV, and then it was like him commenting on some soccer transaction. And so I don't think that he is. I don't think he's going to be going to the LIV. I think he's probably happy to get away from Bryson DeChambeau.
Yeah, it could also be a thing where Jordan Spieth sticks out to me of a guy who's been kind of struggling a little bit.
Yeah,
he could say, "Look, I'm not making as much money here. They're going to give me 175 million just to sign up, and then I can make more money per event." So.
What if these guys use this platform to speak out against human rights violations? What if they use it to?
It's irrelevant when they're paying you all that money.
Well, that's the thing. First of all, not going to happen because the checks would stop coming immediately if they did. Like that is the thing is they can take that money away so fast.
Not if it's paid up front, baby. Paid in advance. Pay me in advance.
That's not going to like. That's the thing is. The issue with you can sacrifice the moral high ground, that's fine because the PGA Tour, as you said, is not great itself, but that's you are in effect selling your soul on this one, right? Like that is it's a great payday. It's a great payday. It is, but you gotta come to terms with the fact that your soul now belongs to the Saudis. Like that is something you have to come to terms with, and maybe it's no different than it belonging to
Your
whatever
heart belongs
RBC
to mama, but
Heritage
your ass
or-
belongs
Heritage
to me.
or Rolex or whatever sponsor you have. What's Phil's sponsor? He said
Well, he doesn't have
KPMG.
any anymore.
He
He's
doesn't have
completely
any
blank
anymore.
right now.
But like KPMG, right? Back when they used to sponsor him, that kind of thing. Right? Like, maybe it's no different.
Yeah.
But that's something you have to come to terms with if you're going to take that money.